Alright, so this is a continuation of, I believe, part 4 of the Eclipse saga. Today we are going to replace the, not short shifter, but shorter shifter. I've got a new short shifter assembly that I purchased that is very much like a Fidanza setup, not so much the Megan Racing one. I'm going to put this thing on. So the first thing we got to do is, as I've already done, pull the ship knob off. Normally you would screw this off, but you know, here we are. I've already got the center console pulled out. I do have new solid bushings coming for the shifter assembly itself, and I have solid bushings coming for the cables on the transmission side. But today we are tackling this monstrosity. Alright, first thing you're going to do here, where we pulled the cotter pin out of this cable, undo this cable, undo this nut that holds the shifter assembly here on. Now that shifter assembly comes off. Now for this particular shifter I do have to pull this piece off. I don't know what they call this secondary piece, a pivot arm or whatever, but this piece does have to come off. There's a 12 mil that goes right here that you take off. I'm going to go get some grease, but we got to make sure we grease this pivot ball down here. Alright, this part of the gear selector is on. There is a piece that comes out of the center of the stock one right here, and you reuse that in there. Obviously you reuse the hardware as well, so don't forget that. And then you got to put this spring back on. This is what returns it to center, and that's it. There you have it. You put this back in right here. This is the shifter. You put this lower cable in, put the cotter pin in, and now we have a proper short shifter. I'm still going to miss third gear because that's just what we do in DSMs. It is a proper short shifter by RZ Performance, and no longer a shorter shifter. Now I just have to decide what shift knob to run. It did come with a nice weighted shift knob, but it is metal and it's heavy, so I can totally see burning my hands. So I'm probably going to get something else